Oh, I feel the resonance. Do you?
This might not be 432 though.
This is Matt McCusker. He is truly one of the most fascinating minds in stand-up comedy today, and I absolutely love him. He is a stand-up comedian and author and one half of Matt and Shane's secret podcast. He's kind of just like a hilarious Buddhist monk reincarnated into the body of a young black conservative. And today we go through everything. We talk about semen retention and fasting and Eastern philosophies and why suffering is actually good for you. We talk about the testosterone and steroid allegations, which Matt vehemently denies, and even his, mild challenge that he's doing with Haas. This is an absolutely amazing episode. If you guys are fans of Matt and Shane like me, you're absolutely going to love it, and I hope you guys enjoy it half as much as I enjoyed having it. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and welcome to camp.
The Wild Wild West.
Matt McCusker, what's up, brother?
What up, bro? What's up, Mark? How you doing?
Thanks for joining me
Dude, thanks for having me, man.
in this beautiful narco paradise.
This is awesome.
Yeah, not too shabby.
No,
We're just
man.
going to be out here cooking up a sweat for a little bit.
I love
Drinking
it, man.
Topo Chicos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're officially landscapers.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean?
I like how when it's hot, the landscapers wear more clothing, though. They dress like Fallout characters down here. It's just like full sleeves, face covering,
Yep.
visor.
You got the shiesty on.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like seeing them out there. I guess you got to keep the sun off you.
Yeah, literally. Just got to keep the sun off and wear like lightweight fabrics, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm waiting. 2 more years, I'll probably start wearing a shiesty.
Have you been doing some yard work now that you're officially a
Little
homeowner?
Little gardening.
Are you a green thumb?
Not really, honestly. I wish I was better, but I don't know. I'm good enough. What I do is I just plant a ton of stuff, and it's just kind of like whatever thrives naturally, I kind of just roll with that because I just don't have the time or patience to be like, I'll read the seed packets. It's like, you should plant it this time. It's like, bro, it's getting planted right now. I'm not going to, they're like measure them like, 1 per inch. It's like, I'm throwing these everywhere.
You just got to leave it up to God sometimes.
Pretty much. That's
You know what I mean?
that's how I garden. I had a wild sunflower
Yeah.
take root, and that thing's been going nuts. So that's been cool.
And that's God's will. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You just throw some seeds out there and just be like, Lord, whatever you destined for my yard.
For real, I farm like a guy from like 3,000 years ago. I just stick my thumb in holes and scatter seeds.
Yeah.
And I pray, I go, please let my stuff grow. I actually took some radishes in. That was my one yield. I got some radishes.
I feel like I tried doing this like just on my patio one day,
Mhm.
just like getting little heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah.
And you do that for a little bit and you're like, dude, farming sucks. Like I feel I feel like farming we really messed up.
That's hard. It's to be the hardest thing in the world. And then if like so many things can go wrong and you're just.
I feel like we peaked at hunting and gathering. Is that a crazy take?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
For sure. We were hunter and gatherers. We were so dumb. For real, we didn't have any time to figure anything out.
What do you mean? I feel like it was mostly time. I feel like it was mostly just like walking around, grabbing a berry. You
No.
find a beaver, hit him in the head,
Dude,
eat him.
Imagine if you got hungry and you were like, this might be it. Every time you got hungry, you're like, this might be the time my whole family and I die.
Yeah, but you're also fasting. You're getting shredded along the way.
You're definitely shredded. But also, if you're definitely shredded. No one's denying that. But if you twist an ankle, like your whole family died. If you like twisted an ankle and like fell in the woods,
That is true.
fried.
That
You're
is true.
done.
But pressure makes diamonds.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
No, that's true. But then they were like keeping their ancestors' skulls. Like you'd have like your house. You wouldn't have a house. You'd have a mud hut with like your parents' fucking skulls
Yeah.
laying there. Your wife fucking stinks. Your wife would smell so bad.
Dude, I just went to this doctor. I didn't go to the doctor. It was a pediatrician we went to.
Mhm.
And he was like, oh, yeah, well, a lot of kids are vitamin D deficient.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really? He was like, yeah. And it's not because of lack of sun. It's because of all the soap we're using. And I was like, hang on a second.
Damn, your pediatrician sounds actually cool. A lot
Yeah,
of them
no,
are
he's-
just kind of like,
No, he's chill as hell.
yeah.
Yeah, we had to seek him out. We had to find him.
That's not, yeah, true. They're kind of a rarity. A lot of them are like, if you don't do all this stuff, your kids are going to die.
Yeah, no, that we didn't have that. Because
Yeah.
did you have pediatricians with your kids that were like, yo, if you don't do this, your kids
Yeah,
are
for sure.
They're bad kids.
Yeah, well, ours in Philly, she was actually very good, but she was like pretty gung-ho. We had COVID babies, and they were like,
Oh.
jab them. And I was like, yeah. Oh, wait.
Let's just
what
see it
happens.
through. You know what I
Let's
mean?
see what
Let's just
happens
see what
here.
happens.
But
right?
she was good. Other than that, she was good. She was just heavy-handed. She's like, if you don't, so I was like, we're going to wait on that. She's like, well, that's fine. It's totally up to you guys. Your child runs a higher risk of dying, so we're just going to let you know. And we're like, all right, thanks, lady.
Yeah, a nuanced take.
But she was good. Our kid got sick a couple times, went to the hospital, and
That's
for, like,
terrifying.
like 2 things at once, and then like they're giving you the old like we don't really know what it is, and then like the pediatrician would call us, being like, what is it? What did they say it was? And they're like, they don't know. And she's like, dude, put me on the phone, and she just reamed them out.
Really?
And then they actually ran the right test and figured out what it was. It was like it was like 2 different infections at once. That's why it was so bad.
Damn.
So they were able to figure out like bacterial versus viral and how you treat it. And and again, the hospital, Children's Hospital. Have you been there yet with your baby?
No.
Dude.
Praise the Lord.
To answer your question about hunter-gathering, that's when you go, oh, okay, yeah, actually society's not all evil. The fact that we have children's hospitals is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's
terrifying. It's so scary.
It is sick as hell, honestly. But at this point, I just go to ChatGPT.
True.
I just talk to ChatGPT and just like, yo, here's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, what should I do?
My kid's coughing up a storm. Is that chill or not?
I think it's pretty chill, actually.
And then ChatGPT will be like, nah, it's pretty good. I don't like that ChatGPT will like just stroke my ego too much though.
You got to ask for brutal honesty.
I will, and then it'll give me like 2 answers of honesty, and then by the third one, it's like, but you're a good dad.
Do you say lock in? And you can just be like, bro, stop fluffing me. I know I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, you stroking my shit right now?
I know I'm a piece of shit.
I need you to be a little more real. I did that. I tried to use ChatGPT to be my personal trainer. And I was like, hey, be David Goggins. Be Jocko Willink.
What did it say?
It was like, yo, you're a little bitch. Like, get up in the morning. But then after like 3 days, it was
you
just
said
like,
be. I thought you said beat them. I'm like,
no.
damn. I was like, whoa.
Yo, for real, send a cyber attack immediately to Goggins. No, I said be them. I was like, pretend you're David Goggins.
Oh, okay.
And it was like pretty sick for like 3 days. But then it got very, I don't know, it became very sycophantic immediately. Yeah. And then it was just like, yo, you're good. Just chill.
Yeah, that's nice. But you can use it. I feel like it's good for doing like, I want to run the mile in this time. How do I train for that? And it'll give you a good program.
Okay, what's your mile time right now?
Right now, I might actually retest tomorrow, but as of like a couple weeks ago, it was like 6:58. So I mean,
that's solid.
It's not bad. I'm trying to get down to like low
sub 7. I mean,
sub 7. Yeah, I got down to sub 7. So.
I mean, are you cooking for like 5Ks?
Not really. I'm just trying to I just like giving myself little fitness goals and like. Rather than just work, if I just work out without like a point to it, I just won't really do it. But if it's like, let's see how low I can get this down, it's like I'll actually do it.
Oh, there's an article I read about this dude. He talks about this Japanese word for like a difficult thing to do, like a challenging task. It's a specific Japanese philosophy. I forget exactly what it is, but it's basically like every year try to create a super difficult task. If it's like, hey, run a marathon in 2.5 hours. Like just like set a goal for every year, whether it's like a physical task, like some type of like personal thing that you want to achieve, and just lock in on it for the year, and it makes things so much more fulfilling. Because now your diet is not just like, oh, I do this forever all the time. It's like, no, I'm working towards this one specific personal goal.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to get shredded for like 5 years now, and it's just not been happening. I can't stop pigging out.
Oh yeah, no,
but I've shifted it. I don't do, instead of aesthetics, I go just performance based. That's what helps me. Because if I start seeing any results, I go, dude, it's time. I can totally pig out again. So now I just go performance based, where I just pig out, but I'm trying to step the performance up to where like the physical goals are so hard that obviously aesthetic will just follow.
And you're in
I won't even care. Honestly.
You're in a contest right now of running battle, a duel. And what is the context of this duel?
Me versus my fat cousin.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm gonna win. If I don't win, that's gonna be great shame on my family. But he is a psycho. He was a D1 wrestler. I think he was D1. I'm not sure. But he was definitely, he wrestled in college, and he is an absolute psychopath. So
what weight class?
Heavyweight. I told you he's fat. He's a fat cousin.
I mean, I feel like cards are in your favor right now. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. He probably wrestled, because I know wrestlers are kind of weirdos where they like really shed a lot of weight. Yeah. If I had to guess, he would wrestle at like one. Back in his prime before he was fat and like 40 something. He probably wrestled at like 175-ish, if that's a thing.
Yeah, and he's pulling sub 7 miles right now.
No,
he's
doing like, he's getting close though. He's doing like 8, but if it were 3 miles, he could have a chance to beat me, because I'm not good on the distance.
And when is this going? When is the Thrilly in Philly?
I'm doing a show in Atlantic City. I think August 16th or 18th. I forget. So then he's down the beach right around Atlantic City. So I'm gonna get a beach house there, like a couple days after the show, and chill with my family and just race him
and just lock in.
I'm already locked in right now. I might skip the show in AC just to run and train.
You seem more dialed today than I've ever seen you.
I'm dialed, dude. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. I mean, dude, everyone hates that I talk about this, but dude, I gave up masturbating for life. I'll never do it ever again.
When was the last time you got a stroke?
Dude, it must have been like at least a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Respect.
Yeah, and it's like, that's another thing I've been trying, and people are like, we're sick of hearing about this. It's like, I mean, dude, imagine if you stop jerking off for the rest of your life. It's crazy. Every day I wake
Dude, you're preaching the choir over here, dude. I've quit masturbating. It's pretty easy to do.
It is.
I've quit masturbating 100 times. You know, what I mean? Like every time I do it,
dude,
like,
I don't know
I'm
what
done.
happened. To flip switch, and I go like, yeah, I'm never gonna do that again. And like, even it'll like, I'll think about it, and it's like, dude, that's kind of weird. Don't even.
I mean, do you remember the final beat though?
Yeah, it was like any other one. It was just kind of like hotel room. Obviously, I'm fucking traveling for stand up. Just I couldn't sleep. I beat myself absolutely silly, and it was just kind of like, that's not it.
You got to frame that video. Just
I do.
whatever the final beat was.
Yeah, right.
Dude, this is the final spillage. You know what I mean? Put it up in your office, in your compound. You got to hang it up.
I genuinely don't remember. It was just like, I was just in a porn hole. I was in a goon hole online, just fucking just scrolling through.
Dude, I've been trying to get off it for a while.
Dude, when you have kids, you have to. That's my thing.
Wait, why?
You can't be. You can jerk off if you don't have kids. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Once you have kids, you cannot watch porn and masturbate, because if your kids catch you doing that, it's gonna fuck their whole life up.
Yeah, it ruins everything.
It ruins everything.
Yeah.
And it's also like just gross.
There is a little
Again,
part
if you don't have a kid, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if you don't
you're
have a
living
kid,
for you.
You can do whatever you want.
Catch a beat on a weekend.
Whatever you want to do. Every day when you wake up, it literally there's no
I mean,
pressure.
the morning beat, I mean, you might as well just go back to sleep. You know what I mean? It kind of just sucks the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, you should call a doctor on the morning.
Talk to ChatGPT. It's like, dude, keep beating it. Keep on stroking it. No, be David Goggins. Keep stroking it.
Yeah, people are
motherfucker.
mad. They go, I don't want to hear about this anymore. It's like, that's fine. Again, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. If you don't have kids, knock yourself out. But it's like, once you have kids, you just can't be a porn dad. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's not a great look.
No. Did you have like friends whose like dads had porn like hidden that you could like find?
None that I respected.
Exactly. Literally, exactly. It's just weird.
Yeah,
It's just a weird thing.
Yeah, I never liked it. We would sometimes find porno mags in the woods. That was kind of chill.
That's fine.
Like as a little kid, you
But
walk
then
out
that was also because of porn dads had to hide. Think about that.
Yo, that's a good point.
So many children would see weird porn because fucking porn dads would go out in the woods like cowards and beat off. Actually, going to the woods, that's kind of... I can respect that, like taking it outside the house like a dog that shits like really far away.
Yeah. This is the me time, you know what I mean?
That's why so many kids found porn. Like literally that, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like those porn dads back in the 90s or whenever literally gave children porn. They didn't do it like a pedophile would do it, but
they gave it like how we gave weapons to Afghanistan.
Yeah, in a way.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of...
We just deserted. We left them there. And the Taliban was like, dude, how do you turn these things on?
They're like, it's too hot. We got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, man.
And then the Taliban was like, dude, free tanks. That's sick as hell.
I know. They weren't ready for them either. They shouldn't have them.
Dude, I want to see that. I feel like that's like 2001 Space Odyssey. You know what I mean? When the Taliban got all the tanks.
Yeah, didn't
they
they do some videos of them like fucking around with them?
Yeah, they were just like, dude, how do you...
Also,
where's the charger for this?
I feel like, do they still have those tanks? Because I feel like someone swooped in there and just snagged those things.
Middle of the night.
Because if I'm Russia and I hear the Taliban has tanks, I'm going, they're mine.
Yeah.
If I had a guess, someone was like, yeah, give me that to get the fuck out of here.
Probably. I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah, if I was any other, I mean, maybe America did it. I don't know.
You can't be letting these boys roll around in our sick whip.
I don't think they know how to use them either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to use it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how
If
to
you deserted $1 billion worth of tanks in my yard, they would just still be there.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, literally, I don't know how to.
I would sell them at an antique shop. I'd be like, "Do you guys want these?" I don't know.
True.
I don't know.
Scrap them. You could scrap them.
I don't even know how to do that.
True.
You just have to have someone come by, you know, hunks moving junk, and be like, "Yo, do y'all want this?" I wouldn't know what to do with it. But no, I'm with you on the porn thing, dude. I don't know. It's not a popular take. No, it's not like a cool position.
People
to
get
take.
mad. They get mad. And they go, "We don't want to fuck you. Like, this is all you ever talk about." I'm like, dude, it's crazy. It's great to like literally turn the page of your life for you. Yeah, like, because I could never understand it when I was younger. Like, if I had porn, my parents would freak out, and I'd be like, "Why are they so fucking annoying about porn? Like, shut up."
Oh yeah.
Then once you have kids, you're like, "Yeah, this is bad. You shouldn't have that in your house."
Yeah, I mean, there's the semen retention, which is nice. You know what I mean? You get a little boost, a little focus.
That's the bigger thing, really. You know, whatever. Porn is whatever, but it's like, especially being in a long-term relationship. For me, that was always the wedge. I was such a pussy brat the entire time. I'm like, no matter what was going on, I'd be like, I should be having sex more. And then being able to be like, and I really think it's just getting older, but being able to like, in a relationship like that, be like, I'm not even going to apply any pressure on that front. I'm just going to retain and just, and also, again, it's an effective reverse psychology on your wife to be like, yo, I don't even care, bro.
Yeah,
for real, you just let me know, tag me in.
Yeah, this nut is mine.
Yeah,
If you don't want it, I'm gonna keep it.
Almost kind of like,
I'm taking my ball and going home.
I guess. It's that, and it's even like, yeah, I guess we can have sex. Like, I'm gonna lose some of my power, which I'm kind of not exactly stoked about, but you know, I took a vow and I will break you off.
Technically, I swore before God that I would load you up with a nut every now and again.
It's like, you know, you don't have any of this stuff, so I'll give you a little bit, but don't
It's the least I could do.
Don't get used to it. But dude, I'm telling you, it's I don't know, man. It's just a weird thing, and it also, I feel like it streamlines your mind too. Like when you're like, because you know, I'm in like an office. I sit there all day and I write. When I have a goon brain, it's just like I'm writing, and then it's like every 10 seconds, like, is it time to goon? And it's like, no, come on, man, it's not time. And then it's just like writing.
But then
so
you tell yourself, you're like, dude, once I just crack a bee real quick, then I'll be good. And then you get back there, and it's like an hour later, and you're like,
exactly,
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
But your goon brain's
spent.
like, no, you just need one rip, and then you'll be fine.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. It's I don't know. The main thing was like, for some reason, I had a deep-seated belief that like if I were to reach a level of like, you know, if so many days would go by without me spilling, I would be like so angry. Like it was like a deep injustice that I'd be like, how dare, you know, my wife, or if I wasn't with anyone, like I should be spraying. Like why? And then like when that goes away, you're just like, yeah, I'm just free to do my thing. And then it comes around and you're ready. Because I don't know if you've ever been there before. If you're in a relationship and you're like, I don't think I'm getting any pussy tonight, I'm going to fap. And then what you do, and then it's, you know, just some weird coincidence, your babe's like, let's have sex. And you're like, fuck.
Oh, every time, dude.
Fuck, I fucking good.
Yeah, that's every time.
Soft penis. We haven't had sex in a week. Now
Yeah. That's every time.
I've gotten caught slipping like that. I'm like, I can't get caught slipping like that ever again, man.
There's so many times with my sweet lady that if I'm on a retention wave and I just like proposition, that she's like, yeah, for sure. And it kind of catches me off guard. I'm like, wait, that's all it took? And she's like, yeah, dude, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
But if I just go the easy way, get
know,
the cheap
dude.
dope, you know what I mean?
They know when you're gooned. They absolutely know.
And they catch you on it, you know what I mean? I just think that's God's will, once again.
I remember my wife hit me with that. She was like, I was like, dude, I'm traveling, I'm by myself. Obviously, this is when I had goon brain, but I'm like, I'm just gonna, like, she would tell me, like, don't jerk off in the hotel. And I'm like, I'm gonna jerk off in the hotel.
Yeah.
She was like, fine, if you do it, don't look at porn. And I was like, what the fuck's the point of it then? She's like, why do you have to do that? And I was like, what are you talking about?
No, I did that for a little bit. I just did just fantasy brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it also doesn't feel great, you know?
No, it's weird. That can take, well, two things. It's like when you go pure imagination mode, it's like
You hit the Willy Wonka.
there's no safe search on it. You're like, nobody knows what I'm up to.
Yeah.
And it's
you
also,
don't have the FCC blocking you at all.
You're also just remembering porns in your brain. I would just be trying to remember porns.
Yeah. It's just your own AI. It's your own internal AI. Just coming up with stuff.
But either way, sorry.
That's how girls,
I get tons of shit for talking about. People are always like, we don't want to hear about this shit anymore. It's like,
I mean, not to mention, I also am like, porn is a pretty tough industry to defend.
it's literally evil.
It's a
Name one woman who's thrived and came out on the other end. Maybe
Sasha Grey was in an Eminem video.
That's best case scenario. Best case scenario is to appear beside the rap devil. That's top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like suicide, drug overdose, or you just look. They get wrecked, dude. Porn stars.
Yeah.
It literally, I don't know what it is, but like they age so fucking fast.
Yeah. No, it's an insidious industry, and I do think it is a little bit of there's some depravity of the human will that goes into it, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's a little breakdown of what it, is this really what's good for humans? I don't know. But I also grew up Catholic, so I have a bad compass for this stuff. Like I never had a guilt-free nut in my life, you know?
Never.
Even now.
No.
You know what I mean? I will have consensual sex with my wife for the purpose of procreation, and I'll get off of it and be like,
yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Like I gotta check.
I was too loud. I was too loud.
Yeah, we ripped doggy on this one. Like I don't know if that was in God's divine plan here.
No, for me that stuff is fine. I don't. It's the thing that kind of freaks me, especially with the OnlyFans, because now it's like I don't know many like, you know, smoking hot college age chicks, but I imagine there's got to be a temptation if you're like a super super hot and your Instagram's kind of popping. I'd imagine there's a temptation that's there to monetize like sex stuff that really wasn't there before OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, and
then, that's where I'm like that's evil. That's bad.
And then the pipeline is like you get into it and you're like, I'm just gonna do feet, and then you do feet for a little bit, and you're like, all right, the followers are falling off. You know what I mean? I got to create shareholder value over here. You know, I'm a pure capitalist. We have Q3 KPIs I got to lock in on. You know what I mean? And then you turn to like a business magnate, and you're like, all right, fine, I'll just get into, you know, some like lingerie.
yeah, well, dude,
And then you're getting triple DP. You know what I mean?
yeah, that all comes, and it's also like, dude, if you're like, I'm gonna do that for some quick money and get out. Again, I'm not like sitting here like it's fundamentally evil, but it's like, if your goals are like, all right, I want to have kids or whatever, it's like, okay, whatever. Again, whatever, do whatever you want. But like, if you have done porn before and now you're having kids, it's like, I don't know, man, that's a rough sell.
Yeah.
Unless like your kid is just so cool and understanding, which is like, I don't know who's that chill about naked mom.
Yeah, no, naked mom's a tough sell for any kid. I
Naked
imagine.
mom DP, possibly.
But also, like, you do
DC
hear these
pie.
women that are like, I gained financial freedom, and like, I live in a penthouse in Miami, and this is exactly what I wanted. And I'm like, all right, if that's your thing, I'm not gonna say no.
I question that too. It's like, okay, yeah, financial freedom. It's cool if you're like running from a pimp. But if you're like fucking like if you went to college, it's like, yo, dude, you can do this. You can totally do this by getting a job too. You don't have to show your butthole to strangers.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're preaching the choir here, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But again, I always acknowledge I grew up Catholic, so I feel probably like I am sexually repressed. So I'm not always the best person to discuss, you know? I was just telling my buddy the other day, I was like, dude, I used to be so horny when I was a kid, and I would try not to catch a beat. And I used to I would pray for wet dreams.
I still do, but yeah.
Like the wet dream. Like I remember like checking it with like my pastor, and I was like, dude, yeah, is that like what's the ruling on this? What's
the verdict?
Yeah, what is there precedent for this case?
What'd he say?
And he was like, dude, that's just a freebie. And I was like, all right, sick. So I would go to bed just bricked, and I would just like my parents when I was 14, they got like an Apple iTouch for me.
Oh, dude.
Which is exactly what I did.
The Apple I touch myself?
Yeah. That's like, dude, this is like Steve Jobs wanted me to do this.
Dude, the video, I was just talking to someone about this. Yeah, the video iPods were just
porn machines.
Yeah, they're porn machines. They're tiny, and you're like a tiny thumbnail.
Yeah. Porn machine, and then you can sometimes listen to music if you want to. But it is a porn machine.
Yeah, I never had one. I mean, that's not to say I didn't want one when I was younger, but it was like,
your parents knew.
No, they didn't. I just didn't have I never had an iPod until like my brother gave me one. It was like an old, the big boy, big chunky.
Yeah.
I don't think I had video capabilities.
Damn.
But
no,
yeah, I mean,
that shit rocked my world. And I would just lay in bed, just be like, God, just please, anything, just back up a Latino on me. I need this right now.
True. Please, I've been working hard. My thing is like, because there is like, maybe it's just my Catholic guilt, but it's like, I'm not particularly like dogmatic about any religion, but for me, when I look at stuff like that, I'm like, all right, so if you do have to repress. There's no way you can't have like a society without being somewhat repressed, because you got to repress some things. Like you have to repress violence. Like you can't have a society without repressing violence. You have to repress sex, because it's like, first of all, like you can't. Obviously, it's like everyone can agree. Like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like it does have to be, like you have to set boundaries and limitations, and like, yeah, this idea where people are like I read something on Substack where a lady's like, people tell me I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't eat as much as I want, I shouldn't have sex whenever I want. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't. Like, I'm not, again, it's not like shame on you, but it's like just not a good idea, especially if you're a lady. It's like, dude, if you get knocked up, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, a guy should be there, but some guys don't, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's not only on women. Like, I think obviously women feel the brunt of it largely because of the society we live in, but I do think men hold the burden as well, where they're like, yeah, you also shouldn't just be like raw dogging every 7 you see, No,
that's why I go to the gym around here, and it's just like, I mean, it's like almost a joke. You see just like complete yoga wedgie pants with like the butt cuppers. And I think they're doing it for the guys, because the dudes are so desensitized that it's like, I think you need to now just you got to be like almost naked to have a guy be like, oh, wow.
Dude, that's my biggest fear. At the gym I go to, it's like you get a lot of influencers.
Yeah.
They'll pop in.
A lot of fit-fluencers.
Hitting the back squat, and then they got the camera set up.
Yeah.
And then my dumb ass is just in the corner, just belly hanging out. I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to be on some girl's TikTok clip, just jaw open like,
yeah, exactly. No,
I got to ask her, like, can you blur my face? Like,
yeah, like I didn't sign a release.
Yeah.
No, I go to my gym and I keep it just completely dialed in. I just try to just ignore everything, because because it's also just like, I don't know. It's totally understandable to be like, because when I could see a woman's nipples when she doesn't wear a bra, my brainstem shuts down for 5 seconds, and I'm not like, oh, I fucking love. It's just for real destabilizes my thoughts.
Yeah.
So it's not like one of those things like, oh, it's wrong, you shouldn't do that. But I'm like,
you're punching me in the head.
You're putting a burden on me that like I didn't ask for. I'm just trying to jerk. I'm trying to work out. I meant to say work. I said jerk. It's a Freudian slip, obviously.
But it's like coming to the gym
trying to work out, and I'll go to the gym with my wife, and she'll be like, the fuck is going on here? I'm
Yeah.
like, babe, just
Yes.
fucking
Only
don't
gym
look.
in the area. We get a discount.
Yeah.
Like, we need to come here. So just be chill. Like,
Just look me in the eyes the entire time. We'll make
Yeah.
it through this.
we will do curls facing each other.
Yeah,
okay?
but then they have their male counterparts. It'll be guys, shirtless, juiced up,
Yeah.
fucking just absolutely
Dick
jacked.
print. Yeah.
People have been fucking saying the dick print lately, and that's got to stop. That's fucking for real got to stop.
Yeah.
It's a weird arms race. It's like, dude, nobody's going to win this.
Dude, the baby arms race. It's a crazy look. But yeah, for
It's
real.
fucking bullshit.
When do we stop? You know what I mean?
I mean, it'll probably, like, everything kind of goes in cycles and reverts, so I don't know. I am just like literally getting old, because I'll see women now who are like somewhat conservatively dressed at the gym, and I'm like, good. Like, there we go. There's a good girl.
You see all this like conservative Twitter shit where it's like Muslims are taking over America, and you're like, nice, hell yeah. That's what we need. We need more nakibs. We need more hijabs.
I mean, again, it's like I don't ever have like, I don't really feel like moral outrage about it. I'm not like, shame on you. I totally understand the drive towards all
Just
that.
your monkey brains lighten up.
Yeah, just exactly. It's like, bro, my monkey brain's lighting up. I'm trying to, I don't know. I feel like that's one of my number one goals in life is like, just to, and I'm not like, you know, I don't like to try to like sound like, because a lot of people talk about like, you know, spiritual stuff where they're like, I want to like completely shed my ego.
Get out of the matrix.
Yeah, or whatever. I don't think about it like that, but it's like if there are some inner adjustments I can make just to make my life like 20% easier, that's what I'm after.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do think as you get older, like again, I'll be 40 next year. I have 2 kids. It just doesn't fit into like what I'm doing to be like an absolute pussy goblin and being like, oh fuck. It would literally fuck my whole life up.
Yeah.
And it just like, it's one of those things where as you get older, like if and this is just my perspective, but if it's like, if I were at 40 to be like orienting myself around purely worldly goals, at one point you just become kind of a joke. Cause like, you know, if you're like you can become an older, wealthy guy, but it's like, what am I gonna fuck college chicks? It's like, it's fucking it's just weird. It's just kind of weird. And then it's like, I should be hanging out with my kids and I'm like, I have a hot new girlfriend. Girls, please understand your daddy is. It's just like,
Yeah, you kind of missed it.
if you can work on like shedding that now, I think you can have actually a better life as an older person, which nobody really cares about. Everyone wants to have like a cooler life now.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of over-indexing on like a very chill life as like a 56-year-old.
That was kind of my
That's my goal.
calculation. I don't know. Like, I was like, dude, I'm going to have a kid at 28.
Sick.
We were going to have some earlier and then, you know, some issues. But I was like, having a baby at 28, all my friends were like, dude, you're psychotic.
No, it's the move.
I was like, this shit is awesome. I'm still young.
Yeah.
I still got energy. I can wrestle with them.
I wish I had kids earlier. That was my thing. I mean, it's like, I'm glad I didn't because I was an absolute maniac, but it was like,
You also need the right gal.
yes, big
You know what I
time.
mean? The galdom is big on that. So you got to like find the right one. Like, I would never pressure someone to be like, yeah, dude, have kids young and it don't matter. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, it could get very bad and very ugly.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because we got merch. If you don't know, we got camp research and development merchandise. You can see it right here. Also, my buddy Andrew Schultz was actually just out hanging with his fam, having a good old time. All of a sudden, a dude walks up to him and goes, yo, what's up, Schultzy? And guess what he was wearing? This shirt right here. So shout out to that legend, whoever you are. You're the man. I appreciate that. And if you want to cop your very own camp threads, go to camp-rd.com. We're dropping all sorts of new gear. You can see some of the images here of some of the products that we got. And anytime you buy a t-shirt, you help this show directly operate. It is a huge, huge lift. And I'm very grateful for everyone that reps the gear, especially at the live shows. Seeing you guys wearing the t-shirts at the shows truly makes my life. It's the coolest thing ever. I cannot believe people are actually wearing clothes that me and my friends are designing and sending iMessage chats like, yo, you think this is cool? It's the craziest thing in the world. And I'm so grateful for everyone that does it. Check it out. We got the link in the description. Now let's get back to the show. What's up, guys? I'm on the road. That's right. I'm going to Chandler, Arizona, San Diego, California, Burlington, Vermont, Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, and a bunch of other dates that I will be adding to my website, markgagnonlive.com. I would love to see you guys there. Obviously, if you don't know, I'm a stand-up comedian, and stand-up comedy is my passion. It's the thing I love to do, and seeing you guys all come out to the shows truly makes my life. I hang out after the show and say what's up to everybody, so if you want to come through, check out the show, say what's up to me. It would mean the world. You can see me at all these dates and more on my website, markgagnonlive.com, and I'll see you guys on the road.
Do you meditate or are you a big meditation guy?
I like it. I used to do it a lot. I don't do it as much anymore, but I do try to do it like every night before I go to bed, and like, or just like if I catch like 10 minutes, I'll try to just like actively work on slowing my mind. During COVID, I did it like a lot.
Yeah.
And I got like way better at like, dude, I used to like for real like break shit. Like I would get so angry.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, I was a monster. I would like, especially when me and my wife were first together, we first were like living in a house. We were like having she was pregnant. Dude, we get in arguments. I would fucking like throw an olive oil bottle at the wall. I was bad. I was fucking maniac. I was an
Italian domestic violence.
I was just an Irish spaz. It was so bad.
Grabbed the olive oil.
Dude, never smash olive oil. It never came out. I put primer over it. I put spackle. I did everything.
Nah, dude.
And those little oil spots would bleed through, and every now and again she would just go, yeah, it didn't work. And it just remind me of my rage, and I'd be like, fuck. But that's like a serious problem.
Something poetic about it, though. You know what I mean?
It really
like,
is.
Just something beautiful about seeing the oil seep through, just as a remnant of your anger.
I had oil in my ceiling, and I actually chipped. It wasn't hardwood, but it was like, you know those like fake hardwood floors that are like composite plastic?
Yeah.
I spiked a mug, and it fucking chipped the floor. So I had a chip on my floor that I covered shamefully with a rug, and I had a fucking olive oil splatters in my ceiling that would like bleed through paint. And it was just some weird thing I just never really figured out or dealt with. And then that's where meditation helped me, because I learned to like, I would get angry, and I remember it vividly. I'd be on like, we had like carpeted steps in our house in Philly. She would do something that would piss me off, and I would just be like, you get angry and you're like, you don't even think about it. You're like, I'm about to say a bunch of shit that pisses her off now, because fuck her. Now I'm mad at her.
Yeah.
And it's, obviously like it's all her fault, whatever. That's what you're thinking. And then I do remember like learning how to like stop and just like, especially when you want to break shit, and just letting that feeling like course through your body. And then the first couple times that it like comes and goes, you're like, holy fuck, I just averted like a 3-day drawn out argument.
Wow.
Just because I was able to go like slow down and be like, yeah, dude, you're pissed right now, but you're not a fucking toddler. You can't spaz.
Interesting. It's kind of the same thing as goon brain. You know what I mean? It's equal
Literally,
opposite.
same thing. It's just lizard brain taking the helm.
Yeah, I'm grateful I never had that. I never had like anger. I always went internal. I was just like, oh, I suck. I'm an idiot. I'm the worst. Which is not healthy either.
I would externalize. I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. You suck. I'm going to break something now to show you that you're an idiot.
I'm doing an end zone dance, dude. I'm fucking spiking this thing. Ooh. Yeah, that's tough.
No, I'm telling you, the meditation helped. I got real into like, and it's like that cliche thing where they're like, I got into Eastern philosophy, but like, dude, some of that shit is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
like,
there's a reason it existed for 4,000 years.
Yeah, dude, and like there was the one thing. There was I forget what it was from. I read, obviously not all the Upanishads, but I read like a book that had like selected different things. And there was one thing like a passage in there that I thought was fucking awesome. It was like this guy. There was always like two dudes just like talking, but he was explaining the self as like a horse-drawn carriage, and there's your senses are the horses. So you have the horses are pulling the thing, and if your senses are running the show, you're gonna crash. Like you have horses going this way, one horse going that way. It's fucking chaos. So then you have a guy just kind of whipping horses. That's like your ego being like, hey guys, knock it off. And it's just like this, you're just like kind of just, it's like this violence on violence thing. We're just kind of like angrily trying to get these external or these internal impulses that are just completely out of control, trying to run in the show. And it's like this feedback loop where, it's just like, it's just not working.
Yeah.
You have an ill-equipped person he can hold the reins of the horse, but he has no idea how to like truly navigate. And the whole point of the story was there's a rider inside of the caravan, and that's your like, they call like your real self or whatever. And you need to like wake that inner thing up that can actually watch your mind work from within your mind.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You can
absolutely.
watch like, oh, I'm thinking this thing, but just because I'm thinking it doesn't mean it's, reality. It's like, these are just my thoughts. They could be so wrong. They probably are. And that like getting that ability to like get distance within your own mind and be like, yeah, I'm pissed right now. I'm having all these things. I want to do all these things. I'm noticing myself having them. And then you can just kind of like let go. And that's, they say it's like your higher self or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
but that one was like a gold mine for me. I was like, oh yeah, I should maybe have, I need a deeper level of myself to
get
kind
these
of
ponies under control.
Yeah, these ponies under control. I need
these
to get
goon
ponies.
horses are
The goon horses, the anger horses are all out of control. The person that I'm, my level of awareness is just like spazzing, like stop.
Yeah.
Yep, the rider has to wake up and be like, bro, it's out. Basically, it's like this is outside of your pay grade for like steering my life consciously.
Yeah, of course. Because like now you're just angry at yourself for being angry. Like your senses will spike up. You're angry. You can't control your emotions. These are external things that get put into your subconscious. Now you're mad through childhood trauma or just the way that you are. And now you're mad at yourself for being mad.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't help.
Yeah, you go, oh, fuck, I fucked up again. Shit.
Yeah. And then you're pissed off. Dude, I mean, Daniel Kahneman, you ever read him?
Mm-mm.
He's like a behavioral economist. He has a similar thing where it's like system 1 and system 2 thinking. And system 1, it might be flip-flop, but system 1 is basically like, he describes like an elephant and a guy on top of the elephant.
Yeah.
And like your system 1 is like, that's the rider. That's your active thought.
Yeah.
And that's like what you like ought to be, almost like Kant. It's like, that's like who you aspire to be. And then you have the elephant, which is like your system 2. And that's kind of like your passive subconscious. And eventually the rider will get tired, and then your system 2 takes over. And basically you have to train your system 2 into doing the actions of your system 1. And that's through like, you know, immersion and like sort of constant behavioral like repatterning.
Yeah, that's the same. Zen has the same thing with like the ox herding. Do you ever see that? Like there's like 6 pictures and it's a guy in the woods being like just chilling. Then he sees like the footprints of an ox and he discovers the ox and he's like, what the fuck is this? And he has to tame the ox and he gets to ride the ox back home to his village. And he's like, I've, you know, conquered my inner weird stuff. So like, it can be possible. It's one of those things where I think people, the trouble is people go, I've conquered it 1000%. And it's like, no, you didn't. So
you
it's
never
like,
conquer it.
If you can get 5, huge victory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially with like nerve. That's the other thing with anxiety. It's another one where it's like, especially for doing, like, when I started headlining, I would do shows, and, like, I would get to a green room, and my initial thoughts would be, like, this is wrong. I'm bad. This isn't the right place. I'm going to ruin this. I'm going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go perform and, like, make people laugh. And, like, that's how I feel. I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
So just learning how to be like, yeah, I actually am very nervous right now, but, you know, it's fine. I'm just going to do what I got to do. And, you know, eventually that, like, it just all goes away. But it's just, I feel bad when people never learn how to, like, get past that stuff, because you genuinely can. That's my big thing, because everyone's like, oh, well, you just think you become like a floating on a cloud math. It's like, no, dude, your life will still be very hard, but
yeah,
you can definitely make it better for yourself.
Yeah, you never reach, what is it in Hinduism, the what
enlightenment, or
like mukti or moksha.
Yeah,
like you never like reach it ultimately. Like you reach it when you die. But like the whole purpose is trying to like get it close to that perfect form.
Or maybe some people do. I don't know. It's like I'm going to try to do it. That's my goal. But it's like, I don't know. Again, it's just, for me, it's just one of those things where it's like I did it last night. I like woke up in the middle of the night to get my kids. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm going to be tired. And then what I usually do is go, fuck, dude, chill out, stop freaking out. And then I try to like make myself not spaz, which just freaks me out even more.
Of course, you're trying to tame the horses.
Yeah, and I just laid there and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking spazzing. I might not fall asleep. And I just lay there and I just was like, whatever. And then fucking passed out. So yeah, that's a big one, man. Like learning how to.
Well, that's how I view fitness the same way, because I love working out, but like I don't do it for women. Like all my friends are like, dude, like you're already married. Like what's the point? And I'm like, well, the point is just like daily, like doing something difficult every single day, and like trying to get better at doing hard things.
Yeah, dude, and it's like, I also just feel like shit if I don't work out.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I will say, I flex on my wife all the time. When I'm getting any gains, I just stand, because we have like the setup in the bathroom where it's like her sink, my sink. I just stand in her mirror as she brushes her teeth, and I'm like, bro, look at my fucking back.
You are so lucky. You got this fucking barrel of snakes hanging out in the bed next to you.
That's literally verbatim what I hit her with. I'm like, how do you deal with this?
Yeah.
She's like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I was talking to her last night, and I have been lifting. I'm just because I'm obviously goals oriented in terms of like performance, and maybe my body's adapting. I don't even pay attention. I don't know. But people have been like, dude, you're getting jacked, man. And like we went out last night with some of our friends from the neighborhood, and some of the husbands were just teasing me, being like, dude, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? And I was telling her, we're like, end of the night, we just got back from hanging out, and I was like, dude, I really wish like, our friends would stop like pointing out the fact that my shoulders have gotten bigger. It makes me feel really weird. I was like, can you send a message to like all their wives to like tell them stuff? She's like, you're such a fucking idiot. Shut up.
No, I need to put this on Facebook immediately. Just like you put it in like the HOA group chat. You know what I mean? Just be like, hey guys, been getting a lot of compliments about my jacked physique and my godly body. If it'd be possible, just kind of cut down on that. You know what I mean? Like I don't comment on your fat, fugly body, so maybe it's return in kind.
I kept telling her, I'm like, I feel like a girl with huge tits. I'm like, it's not cool. I'm also not. Do not have that. Like,
no, dude. You're never beating the Trent allegations.
I'm telling you, I swear to God, I'm open for the test at any time. You test me.
We're getting USADA. We're getting USADA out here.
Please.
Imagine if I pulled out. If I just got if I got Dana to come out and test you real quick.
Dude, right? I will do it right now.
No, we got to check. You're on the creatine?
Yeah, I am on the creatine.
Macrodose?
Yeah, I've been fucking with the macro.
You saw the same Instagram post I saw. It was like, dude, 20 grams a day. You're never gonna be tired ever again.
I know a guy who does 40, but it was just from Twitter. My friend Egan. He was the one who opened my eyes to the Cree. He goes, because I was doing the regular 5. It does do something to your brain. If
You're doing bitch shit, dude. 5?
5's nothing. I started bumping it to like 10.
It's supposed to be 5. This is not medical advice. If you're taking 5, stick with 5. Talk to ChatGPT.
All the experts do say 5 is totally fine. They say like it just builds up over time.
Yeah.
But there's a study. I don't know how true it is. They say if you take heavier doses, it whatever it does in your brain combats sleep deprivation, like the actual physical effects.
That's the exact thing that I saw. So I've been bumping it like 15, 20.
Same.
Yeah, and it's awesome. One time I tried to buy creatine on Amazon and it wouldn't let me because I didn't have my ID, and I had to like put in my ID on Amazon.
What?
Yeah, it's like watching porn in Texas. You gotta like lock in with the feds.
You had to put the fucking ID in there?
You had to put like my license to prove I was over 18.
Whoa.
I didn't have it on me, so I was like, whatever. So I kept on clicking different ones, trying to find one to get through. None of them went through. And then a week later, my wife calls and she goes, "What did you order?" I was like, "I tried to get creatine."
You had the FBI at your house.
Legit, we got 10 boxes of creatine just stacked up in my lobby. My neighbors think I'm just some psycho, just stacking creatine like there's a recession coming.
I know someone who tried it. No, you know what? I've seen people bring protein powder on the airplane. It's like a white powder in a bag, and it's
Dude,
like, bro.
I can't bring another plane because I get swabbed every time.
Really?
TSA comes over and goes, "Hey, excuse me, Jack, dude, can you just open your bag real quick?" And they go, "What do you got in here?" I go, "It's creatine." They go, "Mind if we swab it?" I go, "Go test me right now."
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Just take it. I'll take 5 Gs right now.
Yeah, I'll take it to the face. I'll snort it.
Actually, didn't get a good night's sleep. You mind if I take 10 grams out of there real quick?
Yeah, you seem sleep deprived. You've been here since 4 a.m.
Does it fuck your stomach up?
I don't know. No, not really.
I took like 15 the one morning, and it doesn't. But I notice I'm not hungry all day.
Yeah.
If I have like a ton of it in the morning,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought when I was little, I thought it was like the most serious shit in the world. I was like, when people are on creatine, when I was like younger, I was like, yo, he's on creatine.
Yeah, the linebacker on the high school football team.
Yeah.
Taking creatine, you're like, whoa.
Like, yo, you know that stuff comes out of your skin, right? People tell me like if you don't drink enough water, like you just break out and crazy. It's like it's not true at all.
Yeah.
You can take so much of that shit. And I think worst comes to worst, you just get diarrhea.
Yeah.
Just like whatever.
Dude, honestly, the thing that's like been so helpful, and I do this on the road specifically, I've been reading the work of Dr. Jason Fung.
Who's that?
Oh, dude, your Fung Daddy, you're gonna love Fung Dad. He's sick as hell. He's
What's his thing?
So his thing, he's a big fasting guy.
Nice.
And he's just like, his whole thing is like weight and like weight loss is completely connected to insulin spikes.
That makes sense.
Which is controversial. A lot of people are like, no, it's just calories in, calories out. Obviously, it's just, laws of thermodynamics. But his thing is like, increased insulin will create insulin sensitivity. And then increased insulin sensitivity will make your body not be able to process food and nutrients properly. You're just going to have huge spikes. So his whole thing is just like 1 meal a day.
Sick.
High protein, high fats.
Nice.
Just like steak, butter, vegetables. House that once a day, like 3 o'clock. And then if you can get like 180 grams of protein in there in 1 meal,
You'll rock.
You'll be rocking. And I've been doing that over the past like 6 months. It's been like transformative.
Really?
I feel amazing.
Did you do blood work and all that stuff?
Yeah. And everything's great. I got like kind of high like cholesterol.
I don't worry about that, yeah.
But then I'm like, I don't know, my whole family got high cholesterol.
Yeah.
That shit is nice for your brain, stops Alzheimer's or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. My dad has type 2 diabetes. And I was on the doorstep of like pre-type 2 diabetes.
Did you get a glucose monitor?
No, I should get one.
They got one on Stello.
Really?
Stello's the one I use. It's just like it's like a non-diabetic kind of like, I consider myself like the Scooter Braun of like medical quackery.
Yeah.
Like I just find,
do it all.
I find shit. I'm like, dude, vagus nerve stimulator, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to sleep with a contraption on my neck, just fucking shocking me in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
but I did the glucose monitor, and that shit was awesome. Connects to an app on my phone.
Really?
I wear it for like 2 weeks, and it's just like every time I eat, I can see my glucose go up and down. Every time I work out, I see it go up and down. Like I can just track it throughout the day, and then like I can see how different foods impact me. So like I didn't realize food that I thought my whole life was like nutritious and super delish.
Yeah.
Was actually terrible.
It's fucking you
My
up.
mom made shepherd's pie, all-time favorite meal.
So good.
Dude, shepherd's pie is like truly goated.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think it's the greatest meal ever invented. And I went home, I crushed it, and my insulin was like higher than ice cream.
What?
And I was like, what is this? And she's like, oh yeah, it's all the corn. Corn, mashed potatoes, a little bit of protein.
Yeah.
But like his whole theory is just like only natural foods, 1 meal a day, high fat, high protein, and I'm not hungry for 48 hours.
Yeah, you don't really need. I did like a 4. It was a 4 or 5. No, it was 4. We were supposed to do a 5-day fast, but I had to do a show and I broke it the day before. But I did a 4-day. By the way, too, I did stand up on a 2-day fast. I was ripping.
Bro, that's what I do on the road.
You really don't need that much. So you just don't eat when you travel, pretty much.
Unless I'm eating like high quality foods. Like today we went to like a healthy food restaurant in the Domain. It was like True Food, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it was great. I just got like salmon, steak, vegetables. Yeah. And like, I feel great. That's the only thing I'll eat until tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening. And I might even just push it if I feel good. Doing a show on a fast, I don't know if that's just like,
dude,
it might be a bias, but I feel good.
No, I did it. I was worried. I did it at the mothership, and I was like worried that I was gonna like pass out. Just in my head, I'm like, what if I fucking just completely glitch out? Then after the first, I was like kind of nervous for 5 minutes, and once I settled down, I was like, you just feel so sharp.
Yeah.
So fasting wise, what I like is I did the 4-day. I was like, that was a bit much. 2-day, and then break with bone broth on the 3rd day, and then eat on the 4th. Dude, like, trying to get better because I can pig. That's the other thing. Dude.
Oh, dude. Well, that's my ultimate vice.
Pig.
That's my biggest vice of anything in my life. Truly, is just the sugar crash out.
Yeah.
And the only thing that curbed it my whole life, I've been trying to figure out ways to get off sugar. I'm like, oh, I only do this, da da da. It's just high fats satiate me, and I just don't crave sugar at all.
Yeah, that's actually I just don't eat them anymore. I just like, for the most part, I used to just like kind of, especially with kids, you're like, you guys want some cookies? And then you just eat 7
Well, dude,
cookies.
A wife is the worst thing dude, it's like unbelievable because women have self-control. I don't know how or why.
Kind of.
My wife will get like a cookie and then just I'll open the fridge and there'll be like half a cookie. I'm like, what is this? She's like, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So we ordered this 2 days ago. She's like, yeah, I'm nibbling.
That makes sense. I always call up my fridge as my wife's food museum. She just like saves all of this takeout and shit. I'm like, we have to eat this right now.
Yeah.
That was the other thing too. I'd be like, I have to finish all this food. And it's like, because I'm like, I don't want to throw it out. And it's like, I don't want to waste food. But at the same time, it's like, also shouldn't treat my body like a trash can. Like if I'm going to like feel sick from eating all this food,
dude,
I should probably just let it go.
I literally have a note on my phone from the last time I crashed out on sugar. And the note on my phone literally just says like, hey, you feel bad when you do this. Yeah. You don't like doing this. Like it's literally like it's like a suicide note to myself. It's like, hey, you're gonna regret this. You're better than this.
That's my thing with sugar. It's like I don't like it. Like the feeling I get after. First of all, like if I'm eating ice cream, first 2 bites, awesome. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I love this.
Diminishing returns though.
Yeah, by the time I have finished like a cup, I'm like, I feel terrible. My mouth feels all fucking weird, and then I'm like, damn, I really wish I didn't do that. Yeah. So now that's what I just like. Same thing. I'm like, we're out to dinner last night, and she was like, my wife's looking at the dessert menu. It's like, I'm not getting anything. I'm not eating. I don't need dessert.
You can't do a bite because if I do a bite, I'm spiraling.
No, share it with me. I'm like, first of all, no, I'm gonna make sure I get more than you if we're doing that. Yeah. And it's like, second of all, it's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it at all.
Yeah. And they're able to just do a little bit and just move on. Not me.
They don't, dude. It's almost like I've like tried it because I've tried to tell her like stop eating sugar altogether, and she's like, I have to. Like, she's like, when I get my period, like, I have to eat something fucked up. And it's like, why? She's like, you don't understand. I'm like, whatever, fair enough.
She wouldn't get it, dude. You're just full of semen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, jacked.
Dude, literally. They have no idea. But the full of semen thing, they have no fucking conception
They
of that.
think they know. But it's like, dude, that wasn't even half of my power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I gave you was just a taste.
Yeah, that was not, well, they have no idea. My brother was explaining it. He's like, he was telling his wife, he's like, look, you like girls have anxiety all the time about like 100,000 things. You guys are like, oh fuck, I gotta get a calendar. He's like, I have that with coming. It's just all the time. I'm like, when am I gonna bust?
Dude, the panic bust is crazy. Just being just anxious, just like a squirrel in the woods. Just like, dude, I gotta get this.
That was my move traveling. So I'm like, I can't sleep. And it was just panic bust. Hit the button, pass out.
Bro,
like,
the thing with not sleeping that helped me so much, one, take a little supplement. Take a little what do they call it? Starts with a G. I can't believe I'm forgetting.
GABA?
No, it's
GHB?
No. Trend? No, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name. But yeah, it's just like a supplement that people take. Oh, magnesium.
Yeah, I take magnesium. I do magnesium and L-theanine. Yeah. But I started fucking with the dark arts of now I'm blanking, melatonin.
Whoa. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
It's super. They're like, it's not habit forming. I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Because I would take it, and first of all, like, I'm like sensitive to shit, so I would take melatonin, and it puts me in like a weird twilight state for like 20 minutes where I'm like, I just feel weird, especially if I have like caffeine in my system. Yeah. Because then it like fights against the melatonin and the caffeine are battling. Yeah. I just feel wretched, and then I do get like a wildly fitful night of sleep. But the problem is like I didn't want to take this every night, so I had to start. So I was like, I'm traveling, I should take melatonin to reset my circadian, and it was just like, And I would get home and be like, I should take it again. And I would start taking it every night. And it's like, I can't have this.
Start sleepwalking and shit.
No, I sleep like I'm like dead. I take it. I don't, because I have tons of dreams. Anytime I've done like sleep tracking with like Oura rings and stuff, I'm in REM sleep for like 3.5, 4 hours a night. I don't really get a lot of deep sleep, which is probably bad.
Right.
But
you ever heard of the zombie killer? This is a guy that took a sleep medication in Canada in the 80s. Crazy story. Psycho, right? So according to the story, he plays a rugby game. He's exhausted. He takes a sleep medication, like a prescription.
Yeah.
Knocks out, wakes up in his truck covered in blood, calls the police. He goes, I don't know what happened. I'm in my truck. I've been gone for the past 8 hours. I think I was sleepwalking. Someone sent help. His hands are all cut up. Turns out he like murdered his mother-in-law and his father-in-law. What? Drove to their house, killed them. He goes to the courts in Canada, typical Canadian courts, Trudeau's Canada. They basically say, yeah, it was just a mistake. He didn't mean to. Gets off and creates precedent for like this sleepy zombie killer that just like murdered people. And his alibi is like, yeah, I was sleepwalking. I have no memory. I took a sleep medication. I don't know what happened.
I killed my in-laws.
the perfect crime.
Yeah, I'm guessing the marriage didn't last.
I got to double check the data on this. This is back in the 80s,
Damn.
Crazy, right? So it could happen. You be careful with melatonin.
I was a sleepwalker back in the day. I used to walk. I tried to jump out the window when I was little.
No way.
The screen stopped me. I shared a room with my brothers, and I had my foot pressing against the screen trying to get out.
No
my brother
way.
was just like, yo, bro.
You might have been MK Ultra, dude.
I might have been.
CIA was trying to take care of you, dude. You tapped into your sleeper
cell. I was
cell.
just trying to kill myself at nighttime. It was like 2-story. I would have been falling from I would have been dead for sure. I would have been severely fucked up. Maybe I would have lived.
I mean, it depends. You were inline skating back then.
True. I was boarding back then. I when I was younger, I was a skateboarder, but I had a secret passion for rollerblading, but it was just like completely taboo.
You caught the end wave of it.
Yeah, it would have been like if I was way better at rollerblading than I was at skateboarding, and I was like okay at skateboarding, but I was like nasty at blading. But if I like busted out the blades while my boys were all boarding, it would have been.
Yeah, you can't.
They would have kicked me. I would have got exiled.
I mean, the worst part is you just got to put your shoes in the skate park. You know what I mean? Like you gotta just like leave your etnies just like on the ramp. And people
First of all, they'd be like, "We're taking these etnies. You can't wear them anymore."
Etnie privileges denied. You're going home barefoot, dude.
Dude, I started skateboarding like after years and years of not doing it. There's like a pump track.
Oh yeah,
I've been ripping that thing on a skateboard.
It's the greatest. And you loosen up the trucks real good.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Mine were way too loose when I bought it, and I remember they're building around my house, so like they're always building new houses around it still. So like I got my skateboard home. I didn't realize the trucks were so loose. I hopped on it in front of a bunch of construction workers.
Wheel bite?
Completely had to it flew out, went 40 feet away, and had to walk away like I'm such a fucking loser.
Yeah, it's my kids.
Just a fucking kind of fat 40-year-old just falling off a skateboard and being like, so it goes.
I had an adult fall after picking up skateboard after not skating since I was a kid.
It's fucked up when you fall. It's scary.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah.
Because I skated when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just like normal shit. I would just drop into bowls. I only did vert skating. I never liked street skating at all.
That's pretty sick.
I just loved going up ramps and fucking, hitting
Dude, you should hit this pump track. It's literally.
How far?
It's not far. It's 20 minutes from here.
I would love this.
Dude, you hop on it. You literally drop in and it's just, you have these little concrete waves that you literally pump your legs. Yeah, you get.
They used
faster.
to have one in Williamsburg. They patched it up. They drilled over it.
Dude,
the gentrifiers took over our town.
It's heaven. I'll play music I used to listen to when I skateboarded as a 7th grader.
Like what? Just
Y2K? 311 shit. Dude, it's amazing. Just rap metal the whole time.
Dude, just Amber, just crushing Amber, just
literally,
cruising.
Dude. I do 311 music, their first album. It's so fucking sick. And then you just kind of it feels, and I've only surfed once or twice, but it's it's similar where you're just kind of it's totally different, but you're kind of just locked in a groove where you're
oh yeah,
you're not pushing off. You're completely being propelled by the course, and you got to get good at coming up on a big quarter pipe, coming down, dropping. And there's all these little turns, and there's one way if you do it, you gain speed, and there's this thing. It's probably as tall as that tree, where things diverge right there. And if you're going fast enough, you catch a little bit of air and then come down.
Really?
I mean, I'll see pro skaters do it, and they'll get
fully
6 feet up in the air.
Yeah,
I'll get that much, dude. I'm in heaven. I get an inch of air, and I'm like, holy fuck.
I mean, that's so sick.
It's awesome. It's,
But also a lot of that you can even air out without even going up. Like if you just kind of like pull the board up when
You
you're
can do
on the
that.
wall, like you
You
still
can do
catch
that.
the wave a little.
but it's scary. As an adult, you're like, dude, if I fall, I'm dead.
Bro, so I went back to the skate park. There's one right next to the studio we record the pod at. And my buddy Andrew has it. It's called Substance Skate Park. It's sick. And I was just going through, cruising around. And I would just like listen to music. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the big one, drop in. And it's like a 10-foot pipe. And I dropped in on it and just like hit the sidewall. And I'm like 190. And I just crashed into it. And like people walked around. They were like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, dude, I used to fall when I was a kid and it was fine.
Yeah.
And now that as a grown man, I just had to like, my knee was fucked up.
Yeah, you're fucked for a while. My left knee is still fucked up. I've gotten hurt this year more than like the last 10 years combined. I went on a zip line pretty much again, like it was about, let's say like the height of the top of a 6-foot ladder. Like those like lights would be the zip line. My kids are there. I'm like, God, it was like an Airbnb we rented and we've been there before and I've done it before, no problem. I was like, guys, check this out. The second time we went there, jumped on it. It just completely snapped out. So I like literally jumped from 6 feet up and just landed ass first. Luckily in like soft grass and there was giant boulders sticking out of the ground. I would have been fucked, but my knee was like right here was just, it was my right knee. I don't know. It was over here. Fried for like
Could have been a good settlement.
4 months. Yeah, I can't, man. My dad drilled that into my head. He was like, you can't sue people, dude. It's
Can't
like,
litigate when you're being dumb.
He's like, you also jumped off. Yeah, it's one thing if you get like sideswiped by a truck. It's like, dude, you jumped off a zip line. You're fucking 190 pounds. It's not for you.
What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because I got to tell you a story. Imagine you're sitting in your house. It's cold outside. It's a little snowy. And you're like, man, I just want a panini. So you go and you order it, from DoorDash or something like that. And it never gets to you. You're looking at the app. You're like, dude, it's been 4 hours. Where's my panini? You're calling. No one answers. Well, this is a true story that happened. There was a woman, a client, that was working as a DoorDash driver, and she slipped and fell on an icy walkway outside of a Panera Bread in Fort Wayne, Indiana. She breaks her elbow, which leads to surgery and hardware having to get inserted into her arm. She can't work. And originally, she sues Panera, and Panera was like, okay, we'll give you like $125,000. But then the good people over at Morgan & Morgan fought for her and got her the $1 million verdict that she deserved. Yes. If you never heard of them, Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Yes, and they're that way for a reason. They've been fighting for the people for over 35 years. Now, I'll be honest, if I ordered, a panini and the woman gets paid $1 million because she slipped, I mean, it's a tragic thing to happen, of course, but I deserve a little bit of that. I should get a cut at least, right? I'm the one that ordered the panini. If I never ordered that panini, she never would have slipped, never got $1 million, which obviously she deserved. You know what I mean? But maybe next time she gets $1.1 million, I can get a cool 100,000 out of that. Regardless, all I'm saying is if you're ever injured and you are looking to get the money that you deserved, the compensation that is entitled to you from your injuries, Morgan & Morgan could be the way to go. Hiring the wrong law firm can be disastrous. I mean, you can be locked up in litigation. It's a nightmare. But hiring the right law firm could substantially increase your settlement. And with Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started. Their fee is $0 unless they win. That's right. Their fee is free unless they win your case. You don't pay you pay 0 cents unless they win your case. You can visit forthepeople.com/Gagnon, Gagnon. That is forthepeople.com/Gagnon, or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Gagnon, or click the link in the description below. And thank you so much to the good folks over at Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this program and making this show possible with this paid advertisement. Well, let's get back to the show. What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because you need to rebrand your crotch. That's right. You need a full rebrand on your dong, and you're going to do it with Blue Chew. Because Blue Chew, their tablets aren't just for better sex. No. They are like if Tony Robbins give a motivational speech right to your wiener, I mean, you're going to feel amazing. Look, I just took one of Blue Chew's tablets today, and suddenly, I mean, look at me. I'm glowing. This table, absolutely getting crushed underneath it, right? My penis is giving a press conference, okay? Feeling great. Never been better. So whether you're trying to make, a memorable moment with your sweet love, or you're just trying to give, a friend of yours or a girl like some crazy group chat fodder, something for the girls to gossip about, Blue Chew is absolutely the chewable tablet delivery service that you need to bring the thunder. And the best part is that we got a special deal for the listeners of this lovely program. Get your first month for free at BlueChew.com. Just use the promo code GAGNON at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 for shipping. That's like a cup of coffee, all right? $5 for shipping. You're going to get free Blue Chew straight to your door. So upgrade your legacy. Let your name ring out for eons. And let's get back to the show.
That is a tough look. I remember like ziplining as an adult. Again, my parents had one as a kid coming off the treehouse. It was so sick.
That's awesome.
But like I was on it and then like I let go and it just whipped up immediately, like hit my chin. Just knocked my whole shit back, rock'em sock'em. Yeah, it was tough.
But dude, yeah, as like a late 30s, falling from 6 feet, it felt. I thought I was like I was convinced I broke my neck and like I was Christopher Reeves up. Like when I hit the ground, I was like, my little nephew was laughing at me. I'm like, it's not fucking funny. Shut the fuck up. I was so mad.
Just rage quitting?
Yeah, well, I was just like, dude, stop fucking laughing. I might have to go to the hospital. And I was like walking around. My kids are looking at me. I was like, fuck.
I'm just gonna go
They've
to school.
seen me get fucked up so many times.
Really?
Yeah, like I broke my nose boogie boarding,
No.
body surfing. I broke my nose.
Just at the beach at a sandbar?
Mhm.
No way.
I made them line up. I was like, guys, watch this. My wife's like, come on, like we're done. I was like, watch this, guys, before we go in. And I rode one wave. They weren't paying attention. I was like, guys,
Final wave.
pay attention. So I made them. My family stood right at the edge of the surf, and I was like, stand right there. And I just came in flying, and I went too fast, and I think it was like a young lady's boogie board flew up, and it cracked my nose.
No.
And dude, I was like broken in 3 places.
No fucking
Yeah,
way.
we had to leave the beach. We had to like go home. So
Yeah,
I had to
you're
get
done.
my nose fixed.
You're officially done. You had to get a reset and everything?
Yeah.
Your eyes were all black and shit.
Completely black eyes, dude, for like a week. It sucked so bad. But
And
yeah,
that's the worst way to do it too. It's like, hey, I try to show off in front of my family.
yeah, they were scared.
You gotta say you got in a fight.
I came out of the water, and my nose was like moved over,
No
and my
way.
daughters were like crying. They were so scared, and I was like, it like rang my bell, so I was like,
Oh yeah.
kind of like concussed a little bit.
Bro, I did that on wake skate one time. I was wake skating behind my friend's boat in high school, and I fell just like on the wake, and then like came up out of the water and just wake skate to the face. I didn't break my nose, but it split me real good, and then I was just bleeding everywhere, and I didn't even know. I was like, no, I'm fine. And they're like, no, you're ruining the boat.
Yeah.
Like there's
off.
blood everywhere. Swim back.
Yeah, dude, I was recording my special like 2 weeks ago, I think, and a lot of the intro, a lot of it's shot in POV.
Yeah.
So they have like a guy, like a body double, to operate the cameras. It's like a serious rig. And one of the shots, I was like, let me do it. And they were saying, they're like, rule of thumb, they're like, we don't let people do it, but they're like, fine, dude, just like whatever. I went so hard. It was like I did a thing where I had I was sitting down, I kicked my leg to be like, because I was like angry in the thing. Dude, the camera just came right, the thing came up. Night 2 of filming, I had a giant fucking wound in my forehead, and it was like a big deal. So you gotta like match the footage and everything. But I was like, fuck, because I have this. And we're still figuring it out now, but I have for the night 2. I had like literally as an active wound. They had to put liquid bandage, and it kind of just like kept it in place.
No way.
Yeah, I fucking rocked myself in the head
With the cam.
with the cam.
Dude, these POV guys are real warriors, huh?
They are, dude. That shit.
How are
is-
they gooning with that? You know, how are they even doing that? We gotta look at the science.
I think classics just camcorder. This was like it's made to look like it looks like you're like seeing out of the person's eye.
GTA shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it looks a little like you just see arms and legs running around. But I wore it for 5 seconds and hurt myself. And it's the same thing. Like they sent me the footage where I'll show you after. But it was like I hit my thing and you hear clonk in the head, and you just hear my wife like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Why? Relax, I'm fine." And so you just hear people like, "Oh shit, dude, sit still." It was just 4 straight lines of just a cut bleeding on my head. I was like, "Fuck."
Nothing worse than injuring yourself than having to like sit in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was being a dumbass. Like
Yeah.
I've done that before. Like I would like hit a ramp like when I was a kid, and then you fall and everyone's watching, and you're just like, oh, well, this is gonna be a whole thing.
You
know
just gotta
what I
lay
mean?
there. Yeah.
People are gonna tell my mom. She's gonna be mad at me.
Dude, I could have like for real ruined my special because it was like I have this giant, and like we'll see what happens, but I have this giant.
Did you have to
wound.
address it?
No, they it was really funny. So they put liquid bandage over it just to see like because we taped one night, so we're taping the second night, and the idea is to like get the best footage. But if you got a splice, you want to look exactly the same.
Right.
So I have like one night where it's normal, and the other night where it's just like you can totally see it, but it's like what they do is they put liquid bandage, and then they try to like cover it with makeup. But then, which was fine, they got it to kind of match. But then, as soon as I start doing stand up, the rest of my face turns red. and
No.
there's just a pale white patch in the middle of my head.
Just the reverse Hindu, just full, just
For
white
sure.
dot in the middle
Literally.
of the forehead. You
Dude.
didn't sleep at all that night. You're on 50 grams of creatine. You're juiced to the gills. You're just jacked and white dotted.
But it was funny because like it was a big deal. It was like it's the second night of filming, and it's like they're trying to get it to match, and everyone like it was like kind of a freak out. it's like a collective freak out. And I literally had to just be like, guys, there's nothing we can do. Just
we
like,
have CGI.
Yeah, that's
can
the
do
thing
anything.
too. I was like, guys, I'm pretty sure if they make Transformers explode, they can cover up a tiny patch on my forehead. But it was just another, again, it was like, thank God. That's the thing too. When you try to sell like the meditation stuff on people, they're like, I don't see the point. I just sit there and I get angry. It's like, yeah, why are you fucking getting that annoyed to sit in a chair silently for 10 minutes? That's a major problem.
Yeah.
You can't literally just exist in yourself for 10 minutes without having a absolute kind of like borderline like a light psychotic episode to the point where you're like, I tried that shit. It's not for me. It's like, yeah, you have fucking problems, dude.
Yeah.
You can't sit in a chair without bugging out. Like, that's not good. But luckily I had done all of that stuff to where like, it's like, it's kind of intimidating. You're on a big thing. There's a crew of like 30 people. There's all these cameras. You're like, oh, fuck.
They're all there for you.
I've sold this special, all this stuff. And I had to like, it was just one of those things where I had to be like, they're like, oh man, if only we didn't. I'm like, dudes, we literally, talking about what we could have done is totally pointless. Patch me up. Let's just rip these shows.
I just need an eye patch.
Yeah, just fuck
Dan Crenshaw, get me out there, dude. I could let this thing fly. It would honestly help. I'd be dead serious if you just had a full black eye. The special never addressed it. People might think they might think you're Illuminati though. They might think you're Black Eye Club. It might be Black Eye. They're like, dude, Klaus Schwab got to him, dude.
Dude, I was like, it was a huge victory for me to be like, I like just kept my cool and was just like, guys, let's just do it. Like, there's nothing we can do now. My forehead is fucked.
Yeah, we're crossing the Delaware, boys.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
and it was one of those things that made me laugh because I get in my head with that shit, and it was like, just the first night, you're all nervous and shit. I was more relaxed after cracking my head because it was just a reminder, like, yeah, dude, you're a fucking dumbass, like. Don't be that serious. Like you're not built to be serious. If you try to be serious, it's just bad for your body. Just you cracked your head, just go rip it and do your thing.
Yeah, it kind of takes the pressure off.
It kind of did in a weird way. It was just like, well, fuck, all right, well, I might have blown this.
I've done that before I go on stage. Like I get in my head where I'm like, is this outfit? Like I'm not a hat guy. I can't wear hats. That's not funny. Like
also, no one can wear hats on stage. Only black comics. You can't wear a hat. I've tried the baseball hat thing, even just like trying material out, and it's like, I was in my head the entire. I'm like, what am I, Jerry Seinfeld with a fucking hat on? I was like, take this thing to fuck off your head.
But like, I've spilt like mustard on my shirt before, and it's the best sets ever.
Yeah, because
I walk out there, I'm like, nothing matters. Who cares,
dude? I think this was the last time I filmed my special. I was taking a shit between shows, and I don't know if it was doing the special. I might have just been like headlining at Heel. I don't know what it was, but I was doing a show, and it was like kind of a high pressure situation. And I was taking a shit, and you ever like, you're not like angling your dong correctly, and you pee through the toilet seat?
Yeah, I've been there.
I pissed all over my leg, and I just had to go. I had pee soaked,
just a full
jeans.
pee.
I had like I would say like a 4-inch in diameter patch of piss soaked jeans. And I like went out on stage, and I was like, I literally pissed all over my jeans before I came up here, and everyone was like, ew. And I was like, oh, I'm just kidding. I literally did. I was like, I fucking pissed my pants, kind of. Yeah. I effectively pissed my pants.
But again, it just shows the absurdity of life. And you're like,
exactly.
It doesn't matter. Let's have fun.
Exactly. It's like, what am I trying to look cool? I just pissed myself. I banged my head. It's like, I'm not cool. It just is what it is.
You had to pull a daddy daycare or whatever. What's the Sandler movie where he Mr. Deeds?
Yeah. Oh, no. That's Billy Madison.
Everyone
pees their pants.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's you just gotta let it rip. But.
Okay, before we dip, I just wanted to ask you as an author, are there any books that you recommend or any Wikipedia wormholes you've been going down?
Currently, so two-pronged. So if it's like, I've been writing a lot of fiction lately. I wrote a book I self-published. I actually took it off Amazon because now what I've been doing with writing, it's like I love writing. I literally do it kind of like all day as much as I can, and but it's like I also want to produce. I want to start like producing books, and I've recently with like so my whole point is like I've teamed up now. So I had that first book. I did it. It was okay. I like reread it because I wrote it so long ago. I reread it. And I'm like, oof, like I gotta like. I've gotten better, so I don't like. I just felt kind of like not embarrassed, but I'm like I could make this better.
Sure.
But then like I've started working with one of my friends who's like for real a fantastic writer. So now what I've been doing with him, his name's Pedro Salinas. He's the man. I took like my old book and I'm like, tear this thing apart, and then let's reimagine this book. We'll keep all the characters and settings. Let's just like almost like a version 2.0. Well, let's just brainstorm. But he kind of handles a lot of the kind of high level like prose stuff. So it's like I can just sit there and just be like, this is what I want it to be about. He can be like, well, that doesn't make sense. This is great. And we just go back and forth. And
That's so fun.
We're writing like 2 books right now like that, which is kind of sick. And then now I just do a Substack where I just write like essays and shit and put them out for free.
Well, dude, I was even going through some of the articles on your website. And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
so fun.
Yeah.
Like they're like, did you ever read Dave Barry growing up?
No.
He's like just a humorist, just like
Okay.
a funny guy. I read him when I was a kid, but like that, just like I didn't realize until I read his shit that like just words, like prose, can be so funny.
Oh yeah.
And like reading your stuff, it had a similar energy. I was like, I'm laughing more at this than I do like a lot of comedy specials, because like there's something about like internalizing and reading in my voice the words that is funny to me. Maybe it's just like an innate narcissism. I don't know, but like I'm just reading. I'm like dying laughing reading an article.
Well, that's kind of that's been my mission for a while, especially with like the podcast and stand up. Is you get so in your head and you're like, oh, like entertainment's one of those things where like comedians, people if you once it works out for you, like so many people do it and you make no money at all, then it works. And like stand up's one place that always freaked me out where like you'll see people making like doctors' salaries who are miserable. So they're like, I should be making 50,000 times this, and that's to me is like a track. If you get on that, you're just gonna be miserable forever.
Yeah, of course.
So I try, I'm not perfect at this. I try to be like, let me just genuinely make an effort to like make people laugh at like give them little things that can like just escape the absolute torture and hell of like a regular job.
Yeah.
Like 90% of regular jobs. Some I guess could be fun, but it's like, let me just focus on that instead. And it's like, not like I'm like, I'm so nice. It takes the anxiety off me, really.
Dude, the hard boner test is so fun.
The hard boner test.
Like how
someone turned that into a video with like subtitle. It's because I forgot I wrote that. And then I saw a thing on Twitter or something, and it was like someone took it and turned it into one of those like Hope Corps type videos where dude, it's awesome, man. But I've been like, that's my whole point was I realized like, all right, novels, I'll get there one day, but I'm not there yet. Let me like really work on like the things that are truly in my wheelhouse. And then like books that I want to do, I write them with my friend who's actually equipped to produce like a publishable, like, like professional grade thing. Because like novels, it's like I could eke one out, but it's not going to be the level I want. I need help to do that.
So this fiction book, is it fantasy?
No, the fiction book. So the one I'm doing right now is like the original one that's like a 2.0 was like a kind of like a crime novel that I wrote based. It was like I came up with it when I was in Philly, like loosely, just like I did make up a lot of it, and then some of it was like somewhat true stuff or whatever. And then like, so I did that, and then I'm reworking that one now to make it just kind of better. And then the other one is more kind of like a weird fantasy kind of sci-fi one. It's not sci-fi, but it's like more fantasy than kind of grounded in reality.
That's sick.
But in terms of to answer your question, sorry for the long tangent, but to answer your question, for fiction, what I've been doing is I've been reading Elmore Leonard a lot. He wrote Get Shorty. He wrote like 45 books, and a lot of them have been turned into movies. But he writes in like a very clear, like, because when I wrote my first book, what I did was I tried to like prove I was a good writer by just like over explaining things, like the classic thing of like, and the sun was beautiful and dazzling, shit like that. He kind of does like the opposite, where it's like very lean and so I just read books that I like and I like actively dissect them, where I'll be like, that was a really cool passage. I take a picture of it and I'll like kind of break it down so that when I am writing, I have like a toolkit of like, here's all the things I liked, here's why I liked them, what are better ways to like show, X, Y, and Z. So I've been doing that with fiction books, just like reading them, breaking them down. Nonfiction right now, I'm in like a bit of a slump, but I have been reading about the Desert Fathers, and that's like my favorite shit right now, where it's like the guys who, I guess it was like the 4th century, right when Christianity became the official religion of Rome. These guys were like, this is fucked up. Because it was like they were kind of, it's kind of like we were talking about in the very beginning. They were clashing against a pagan society where they're like, and again, it's not, I don't like to talk about this stuff being like, you're evil if you would do this or do that. Like, not at all. We're all pulled to do that kind of stuff. But their philosophy of the world was like, the only thing that, treasures and pleasures that can be had are in this temporal worldly existence. That was like Rome, like glory to your family, riches, subjugate everyone.
Bacchanalian orgies.
Yeah, literally. Like, we're going to pack this thing full of like ladies. We're going to have some freaks. We're going to laugh at them. Might fuck the freaks too. It was just you would try to gain worldly status and just make yourself as comfortable and kind of like titillated as possible. And these early Christian guys were like, it's not it. And they ran to the desert just to be like hermits in the desert and just figure out like just a better way, basically. Wow. And I've been reading. It's like the book is full of. It's called The Wisdom of the Desert, and it's full of just their little like sayings and aphorisms. And
this is
like,
Merton.
Yeah, Thomas Merton.
Mm-hmm.
He's the man. He was a monk as well. But that's as I get older, I just like reading about monks. I'm like, it's such a crazy thing to be like, literally everything in the world. You're supposed to just swear it off.
Yeah,
and just
pure aesthetic lifestyle.
yeah, it's fucked up, and I'll never do that, but it's cool. I like to read about it. And
You ever read about the Aghori of India?
Mm-mm.
These are like the dudes that they're typically like Shivite like mystics, and so they like have a devotional path to, or no, maybe they're Vishnavite. Yeah, I think they're Vishnavite. And which one's the destroyer?
Shiva.
Shiva. No, they're Shivite ascetics that basically see death as like pure escape.
Sick.
And so they're like they like just live out in the wilderness and like they cremate their dead and like bathe in the ashes. Like you might have seen pictures of these guys. They're just like coated in the ashes of the dead.
Whoa.
And they see it as like their like sort of like temporal gaining of like enlightenment and moksha, that they're able to like connect with the ultimate destruction, which then leads to enlightenment. And like all death is rebirth. The flowers die, then they grow new flowers.
That's
and like
sick.
they're just pure aesthetics that just live out there and just bathe out in the cremation.
I don't know what it is. I love hearing those guys' thoughts. Like when they're like, because the book, the desert book, it's kind of similar, where they're just kind of like chilling in little huts, and the whole thing was like, you know, if you're fasting, cool, but if you get like attached to the fact that like how sick it is that you're fasting, they're like, you're doing it wrong.
Right, you missed
Might
it.
as well just eat a meal with your boys at that point. Like, doesn't. So it's like, I don't know. There's something to be said. The reason I like to read it is like, it's not a stretch to be like, the way things are going now, it's not very great to be like, you know, addicted to social media, addicted to like OnlyFans porn. It does kind of strip away, you know, if you're a young guy, it's like, I want to have a family at one point, but you're just like in debt because of like, you know, online gambling and OnlyFans. You're like, you got to break out. There's need to be some like breakaway thing, or just like a, you know, just a reordering of, you know, how do you orient your life, and like what is you know, how do you exist in a way that doesn't make you fucking like furious and feel horrible all the time?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
and all like the cheap hits of dopamine are just gonna
Exactly.
basically just lock you into sadness long term, and
Yeah.
that like kind of detachment from worldly pleasures is kind of a better long term bet.
And it's like we're pretty locked into that. Like with kids too. It's like I catch myself all the time. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put on TV so you guys can watch TV so I can stare at my phone. And it's like, probably not the best. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not like a purist on it. Obviously, you need your little breaks to fucking chill.
Of course, but parenting has
Check
shown
funny
me like it does reveal the double standard that I hold for myself. You know, where like I'm like, you can't look at the iPad, but I can go on my phone all day and just doom scroll and just like a war and horrors.
I'm gonna do it in front of you too.
Yeah. You can't though. And you can't eat sugary food.
Oh yeah.
But I can order cookies at 3 a.m. and just crush.
They'll try. I'll be on my phone like, what's that? I'm like, oh, you guys don't even look at this thing. This will fuck you up.
Just hold my kids to such a different standard than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like not fair. And so it calls me to be like, oh, maybe if I'm going to make him not eat sugar, maybe I should be a little more disciplined with my diet. And if I'm going to like encourage him to go be active and play outside, maybe I should be outside, you know?
That's my thing. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's like, yeah, if I had to boil it down, it's like, again, I'm with my kids, tired. I'm like annoyed because I've been like, you know, herding them around all day. Like, hurry the fuck up. Stop doing that. And it's like, if I can catch myself in those moments being like, I just want to look at my phone. I just want to break. I have to do all this stuff at work. If I can like learn to shut that down and be like, nah, man, I'm chilling with these guys. Like it's literally up to me to come up with something fun to do.
Be present.
It's cool. Be present. And like, you know, just like, you know, so I've been really, and just reading about the Desert Fathers does help me. Where I'm like, damn, these guys were in a fucking hut that they built in the desert with literally nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, I can figure this out. I don't have to be such a bitch that I'm like, I haven't had any time to check my Twitter. It's important for my job. I have to look at it. It's all bullshit.
Right? Dude, Christopher Ryan wrote a great book called Civilized to Death. Mm-hmm. And basically, he just sort of explores like our modern compulsion towards like just being happy in the present and just not ever really being actually present, but just constantly seeking like other hits of happiness.
Yeah, I literally just wrote a Substack about this.
Really?
Just about harvesting joy. It's like you have to, it's all about like, and again, I say this, I always include myself in this, but it's like you grow up with the idea, like if you can arrange your external circumstances in a certain way, there's going to be like, you know, in those movies, like we got the missing piece and it like unlocks, everything starts glowing blue and you're like, we've opened the gate, the portal. It's like, it doesn't exist. Like there's, in my opinion, it's like you can make your life better and you should, but it's also like what people don't focus on is like, how do you train the instrument which actually experiences happiness, which is yourself?
Yeah.
Like there's no external circumstance that is truly going to unlock that, but you can train your mind to have like a steady, slow drip of like just kind of contentment that wasn't there before.
Furthermore, is suffering inherently bad? You know what I mean? Like we have such an aversion to suffering, and like obviously gross suffering, like at scale, is like atrocious, and obviously is terrible. But like minor forms of acute suffering in your daily life, is it actually always bad?
No way. I think it's good, man. Because like before I had kids, I had all the free time in the world, and I'd be like, oh, I'm bored. What am I doing with my life? And now I have no fucking free time. So when I get it, I'm like, oh yeah, if I get an hour that I can just like do whatever I want, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I'll it's like you have to kind of, eat some shit just in life in general. Because if you never had anything bad happen to you, I can't imagine that. Like,
what
you'd
is
be a
the
fucking
point?
freak.
Yeah, truly. I mean, this is like the nice thing with kids is it also gives purpose to the suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Like all suffering is sort of purposeful, which is very much like a Viktor Frankl idea. It's like, yeah, dude, like you're suffering for a reason. And as long as you're suffering for a reason, it's endurable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can get through it. Like you can sort of rationalize.
That's what the desert fathers are all about. That a lot of their sayings are like, dude, if your life's easy, you're fucked. You need a hard life. If your life's not hard, like you're fucked. You need a hard life, and and again, not to like fetishize your own suffering, but just to be like, just what it is, dude.
Yeah, no, of course.
Shit's fucking hard. It genuinely doesn't feel good a lot of the time.
Yeah,
but if you can use your kind of like creative powers to like somehow turn it into a thing that feels kind of like good and beautiful, it's like huge W.
Yeah, of course. That's the way I look at it. Like life already has so much acute suffering. You can just try to rationalize that. You don't necessarily need to like self-flagellate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'll see some of the radical boys getting after it. The Catholics do this all the time. They'll just whip themselves in the back, and you're like, all right.
It's not necessary. I don't think you have to do that. And it's also, this is like people say this, and it's like true, but it's also like whatever. It's like your levels of suffering, if you like mash them up against people all over the world, it's like, it's laughable. But it's still, you're still suffering. You're still like, well, dude, I haven't starved to death my whole life, so obviously I can't appreciate this meal as much.
Yeah.
But it's like,
but suffering is a gas, as they say. It consumes the space that it exists in. So like, not to like equate. I think it like, you can get into like a point where you're like, dude, my suffering isn't even worth anything, because there's people that really suffer. It's like, well, to you, like your mom dying.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah.
Is objectively terrible regardless. You know what I mean? Like the death of your dog is terrible. Perhaps someone has worse suffering, but to you in this exact moment,
a bummer. Yeah.
It's a bummer. And like you're able to kind of like sit in it and cope without having to ideally just jump to like cheap pleasure to fix it.
That's the whatchamacallit, Schopenhauer. It was like a pessimistic German whatever philosopher, and his big thing was like, the way the world's set up, it's fucked. Like, you're going to be fucking miserable no matter what. Even if you somehow arrange things in a way to where they're, like, favorable, compared to everyone else, say, like, you become super wealthy or whatever. It's like, then you're just bored. He's like, best case scenario, he's like, no matter what, this, like, if you free yourself from, like, the abject suffering that just comes with, let's say, 7/8 of the world, if you're like the 1/8 that like is somehow lucky to have decent circumstances, the hawk of boredom is just going to circle over you and just peck at your head for the rest of your life. You'll just be bored and distracted.
Whoa, that's kind of heavy.
Yeah, he was everyone thought he was kind of a bummer, but
he's also like not a free will guy either. I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, dude, you free will's not even real.
I don't know. I don't know what the guy. His whole thing was like he called it the will, which is like just the animating force of the universe, and that was the thing driving humans forward. I guess he was just like I think he would have said like you have free will, but only to the point where to realize that like shit's fucked up. And it's as good as you could do. He's like literally his like prescription was like, find some books, man. He's like, find something cool to read, and otherwise
find a cozy nook. You know what I mean? Just like, curl up.
Find some cool shit to read and just
go to the Scholastic Book Fair and just go to town.
He was like, save up, do your summer reading, get the pizza club, and fucking
and let it rip, dude. Yeah. Matt McCusker, this has been wonderful.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I really appreciate the time, dude. It's been a pleasure getting to know you better.
Thank you, man.
And this is awesome.
We got to shred the pump track.
I actually would be completely down.
All right, maybe
today or tomorrow, I'll hit you.
Let's figure something out for sure.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
What's up, people? Quick announcement. If you are a fan of Camp Gagnon or Religion Camp, I have great news because we are dropping History Camp. That's right. This is the channel where we're going to be exploring the most interesting, fascinating, controversial topics from all time throughout all history. Right? You probably know about Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Nikola Tesla. Interesting figures from history, and you probably learned about them in school and they were pretty boring, but not here. No. As you know, I was raised by a conspiracy theorist, so I'm going to be diving deep into all of the interesting, strange, occult, and secretive societal relationships that all of these famous, influential men from our shared past have. So if you're interested, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It will be pinned in the description as well as the comments. And if you're on Spotify, this doesn't really apply to you, but these episodes will be dropping as well. Just go ahead and give us a high rating because it really helps the show.